You don't just slap on an eye like that and go. Hi, I'm Sir John, celebrity makeup artist, and today we're going to unpack all of Beyonce's iconic music video looks. And I happen to know a little bit about it because I've been with Beyonce since 2010. 1999, Destiny's Child, Bugaboo. This is the resurgence of braids and like the cowboy hat. She's representing Houston right here, you guys. I love the glossy lips. This is very late 90s glam. So what I like about the eyes is the fact that, you know, there's liner, but there's not doing too much. So not everything here is in harmony. So the lips aren't overpowering the eyes. There's a sense of balance. The brows are thinner than we're used to seeing with Beyonce. Anyone worth their weight in gold would always have glossy lips. It was a sign of the times. You know what's also great is the fact that her skin is very matte. So when you see a glossy lip and you see a matte skin, that contrast creates really compelling visuals that people like to look at. So this liner could have been created with just a pencil, or it could have been also created with a liquid liner. So one thing I like about liquid liner is going to give you that serious, severe precision at the top, but underneath, that's a pencil. So having that duality gives you a really nice silhouette to the eyes. This eye, this feline sensibility that we see on the eyes is something that is a classic staple in her makeup regime. Say my name, Destiny's Child. So this happens to be just like glowing skin and a really luminous lip. There's a little intensity in the eyes, but nothing is overpowering. It's 90s minimal. If you're looking at this eyebrow, it has tons of arch, and there's a lot of space between the lash line and the brow bone. So what that does is it opens up the space of the eye. If you look at Linda Evangelista, she's a really great brow reference for the 90s. There's braids, there's a little bit of a sun-kissed, there's almost like an invisible smoke happening. You see the silhouette that this hugs the eyes in this way, and it gives like a feline sensibility to the eyes? That happens by using a soft bronze or like a sand color. Nothing too deep and nothing too dark. Maybe take 1 or 2 steps deeper than your complexion normally and give yourself a nice smoky eye. But it's not a lot. These aren't boxer braids, ladies. These are cornrows. Take note. Destiny's Child Survivor 2001. I think that she looks amazing and radiant in this sort of Cleopatra-inspired necklace. And I love the smoky eye. So one thing I want you ladies to take away from this is the fact that you can do any kind of smoky eye with a color that is 1 to 2 shades deeper than your complexion. And it's all about making sure it hugs the silhouette of the eyes. So when you have that intensity, you don't necessarily have to do it in a color of, you know, aubergine or purple or yellow. Do a soft brown and do tons of mascara and on top and bottom. And she doesn't have a lot of lip or a lot of foundation. This is back in the day when everyone wore a powdered or a matte foundation and a glossy lip. So now we have Bootylicious 2001 from Destiny's Child. So monochromatic makeup is not new. It's really a reshopped idea from the 90s. This happens here. If you guys take a look at the lip is pink. The eyes are pink. There's pink on the cheeks. Looking at the background here, these are cooler pinks. So if you see these raspberries, these cool mauves, these are gonna make your teeth look really white. So when you're looking for a lipstick, if you pick a blue base red or a blue base pink, it'll make your teeth look really brilliant. 2002, Bonnie and Clyde, Beyonce and Jay-Z. This is when we start to see her as a solo artist. I love the fact that she's wearing a guy's hat. This is so East Coast. I know there's a lot of West Coast ladies watching, but this is so indicative of the New Yorker. To wear a fitted baseball cap with a serious statement lip. I mean, look at how juicy and red and sex siren this lip is. If you want a statement lip, take a pencil and use the pencil all over the lips. And what that's gonna do is gonna make sure that your lipstick does not feather or bleed. And then after that, apply lipstick all over. So when you do that, these layers create a Teflon coated lip or face or eye or whatever you want to do. So the gloss is going to give you that varnish. It's that light reflective quality that was so prevalent in the 90s, in videos, in the early 2000s. Whenever you see a red lip on a woman, it's that statement, it's the siren, it's the vixen, it's eternally sexy. 2003, Crazy in Love. In terms of the beauty, it's completely pared down. She's completely minimal in the face. There's almost no makeup happening here. When you want to do a look like this, it's all about tinted moisturizer, maybe a bit of concealer, you know, around the eyes or wherever you need it. So give yourself coverage where you need it and make sure you dial down the coverage where you don't. You still want to see freckles. You still want to see a pore every once in a while. 2004, this is Lose My Breath. I love when a girl has a ponytail. It's almost like the instant facelift. It works on all. This is seriously glowy. There's a lot happening on the eyes. So this may be a bit of a rounder eyebrow. If you look at the silent screen stars of the 1930s and 40s, this is reminiscent of Marlene Dietrich or Ava Gardner. They were all about the rounded eyebrow because it opens up the space of the eyes. It almost gives a doll-like appearance to the eyes, which is always flattering and easy to look at. So the next video is Check On It by Beyonce, 2005. This almost looks like Bootylicious, but just a bit more refined and pulled up. You see, there's a cut crease, and then there's liner, and then there may be possibly a bit of glitter on the lid. There's a shiny lip, there's a matte skin, there's a little contouring. And when you offer a bit of like architectural depth through the face, you do it with a big fluffy brush, maybe a bronzer or some kind of loose powder or a deeper powder, and just brush it into the temples, brush it into the sockets of the cheeks, into the eyelid, maybe around the sides of the nose and the jawline. There's a pink here, there's a light pink on the brow bone, there's a deeper magenta, purpley color in the crease, and then there's this light, soft, glittery presence on the lower lid, which makes the eyes look completely light reflective. And I like the liner. The liner's a bit smudged out. It's not heart-shaped wing liner like we see nowadays. And there's massive amounts of volume from mascara on the top and the bottom. So we're moving right along to 2006, and this video is called Deja Vu. The chignon at the top with a nice fringe around the face. She's really channeling the south of France in the 60s. I love the lips here. They're almost like a stained berry. There's a glow happening to the skin. She does have coverage. There is foundation here. I do see there is a polished approach to the makeup. The eyes are intense. When I say intense, I see lashes. I see a little bit of eyeliner. I see a light reflective eyeshadow here on the lid just to make sure that the eyeliner has contrast. And there's a great brow. There's this soft rush of cheek happening, almost like she just came in from the cold or she was taking a brisk run. Irreplaceable, 2006. This is almost her owning who she is without having to do a ton of mascara, without having to do a ton of look at all in general. If you notice, this is dialed down. This isn't the performer Beyonce as much as it is the girl next door. The hair is soft, it's not too coiffed. I mean, the skin is natural, it looks touchable, it looks believable. There's a bit of conversation happening in the eyes. Know your face. If you know your face, you know where the highlights should go. You know where your contours should be. You know where the intensity should lie. Nothing should take away from you. Get Me Body, 2007. So if you take a look at the eyebrows are arched to perfection. There's a serious arch happening here. How do you achieve this eye? You can take an eyeliner or a gel, the gel eyeliners that are ever popular at the moment. Take that and draw on the lid. Try not to go too far above your crease. You'll see that there's a lash happening here. This is a track of lashes. There may be a couple individuals at the bottom, but the intensity is coming from that track. There's a thick liner happening, which gives you a faux lash line. It helps to have a lash curler, and it also helps to have a lash comb. So a lash comb is going to go in there and give you tons of separation. After you apply your mascara, it's not always giving you a ton of definition. So what you want to do is go in with the comb, make sure you see a lot of separation. So we're going to go into Single Ladies 2008. Take a look at these eyes, guys. They don't only start in the tear ducts, they sort of fan out and almost end at the ears. You don't just slap on an eye like that and go. This happens by making sure that the brows are intentionally dark and they're maybe raised a bit more. And if you notice, there's a lateral brow happening. So this is when Beyonce's brows became a bit straighter and you don't see so much of a high arch. There's smokiness happening underneath the eyes. So at the base of this eye, it's a smoky silhouette. So a smoky eye at first, and then you add dimension by adding a bit of shimmer or a light reflective metal or metallic shadow on the balls of the eyes. It makes the eyes completely three-dimensional. This is a nude lip. This is a serious nude lip. There's so much happening. What do? You pare the lips down. So black and white photography or black and white video is difficult. It's harder to do makeup. So for black and white, think about stronger colors or completely the opposite. There's no room in the middle. So I'm either going to go for a smoky brown, a smoky black, or something that's going to absorb light. 2011, Run the World Girls. The eyes are the focal point. There's soft skin happening. There's a bit of a highlight that's on the top lip and possibly down the center of the nose, but it's literally all about a smoky eye in this headpiece. Using a softer brown pencil instead of a black. Go one shade lighter on your brows. Even if you have a brunette hair color at the moment, use a blonde brow. It will give you the shape and the definition, but it won't give you the weight of a dark brown pencil. So that's been all of Beyonce's iconic images and videos. I hope my tips were helpful, and hopefully you too can wake up like this.